हिस्सा नहीं तो विकसित भारत सिर्फ एक नारा है और एक नारा ही रहेगा।
धन्यवाद। मैडम जी, पुरंदेश्वरी जी।
Thank you, Chair, for giving me the opportunity to participate in this very important discussion on the budget that was presented by the Honorable Finance Minister, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji. Sir, I would first like to begin by congratulating her on her 9th consecutive budget that she had presented in the Parliament. Sir, the budget gives us a clear message about India's long-term priorities, and it also emphatically states, sir, where India intends to position herself in the unfurling global economic scenario. Sir, it also clearly states that the budget intends to balance growth and macro stability. So the challenge before the Honorable Finance Minister, as she was charting out the budget, was that she had to ensure momentum alongside building resilience. Sir, we had a growth of around a GDP of around 7%, inflation being low, and a fiscal deficit in the right direction. This was the momentum that was there in the country, sir, but we needed to build our resilience against the global trade, which was in a flux. Sir, the fiscal deficit of 4.3%, which is marginally lower than the 4.4%, only emphasizes that the focus of the finance minister has been on continuity rather than ambition. Sir, since the pandemic, the slow rate of fiscal deficit reduction, sir, it only highlights that the focus has been on stability rather than dramatic consolidation. With the global uncertainty looming large and also the rupee under pressure, the budget, sir, that was presented is nothing short of prudent macroeconomics. Sir, above all of this, the real story is in the increase of allocation for capex at 12.2 lakh crores as against the 11.2 lakh crore, which is about 4.4% of the GDP. And this clearly underlines, sir, that the focus is on investments rather than consumption subsidies. This is what we would call fiscal prudence over populism. Sir, the EU trade or the European Union Free Trade Agreement would most probably come into operation by 2027, and we also have the US tariff uncertainties looming large. Sir, under these circumstances, we need to build our domestic capacities to protect our country from from supply chain disruptions. Sir, against this backdrop, the industrial strategy that has been spelled out in the budget, sir, reveals a resolve to move up the value chain. It could be the 10,000 crore allocation for the Biopharma Shakti initiative, or the 40,000 crore allocation for the electronic component manufacturing, or this India's semiconductor mission 2.0, they together emphasize, sir, that India would want to become Atmanirbhar or self-reliant in these strategic sectors on which India was until now import dependent. Sir, there is also renewed emphasis on service sector, and we know that the contribution of service sector to our GDP is around 55%, and it dominates our exports as well. So common safe harbor margins of 15.5% and the threshold enhancement from 300 to 2,000 crores only emphasizes that India's software, they still remain our reliable foreign exchange earners. So the proposed Education to Employment and Enterprise Standing Committee aiming at 10% of the global service market underscores this, and the expansion of Ayush and Khelo India mission only reveal the intent of extending or diversifying service exports beyond technology. Sir, there has also been emphasis on rare earth mineral corridors. Today, sir, we are faced with an external environment in which trade as well as multilateralism is in danger, and access to supply chains are being disrupted. Hence, sir, we need to strengthen, if not protect ourselves against these external shocks. Therefore, the manufacturing of rare earth permanent magnets or REPM is vital to meet our upstream industries, growing demands of the upstream industries like electronics, electric vehicles, aerospace, defense, and the likes. So the need for securing our supply chain arose when China, the world's largest, if not the only supplier of REPM, curbed its exports, giving rise to global shortage and disrupting industries. So this shock not only emphasized the need for indigenization. And today, by indigenizing REPM, India could position herself as a global hub of sustainable manufacturing. So the proposed scrapping of custom duty on monazite from the present 2.5% is a welcome measure, because this would only attract more investments in REPM and also improve the employment opportunities for our own children. So the states in which monazite is largely found is Kerala, Tamil Nadu, Andhra Pradesh, Orissa, Jharkhand, Maharashtra, Gujarat and West Bengal, with Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, Tamil Nadu and Orissa contributing 89% of the 12.73 million ton monazite reserves in our country. Sir, I would only request the Honorable Finance Minister here, sir, that we would need to work closely with the states for the single window clearances as well as land subsidies, because this is largely in the control of the states, and this would also hasten and quicken investments into our country in REPM. Alongside, sir, I would also request the Honorable Finance Minister to consider applying PLI or performance-linked incentives for the mining of rare earth minerals, because as the very name states, sir, they are rare earth minerals, and we need our efficacy to improve in mining of rare earth minerals, and also apply PLI to REPMs too. Sir, the budget further, sir, it simplifies customs tariff by rationalizing exemptions and focusing on effective rates. Sir, the ripple effect of this would be that our domestic manufacturing sector would be strengthened and our exports would improve. Sir, customs today are moving towards trust-based, digitally AI-assisted framework, marking a significant stride towards ease of doing business. So the targeted exemptions, sir, and process reforms, they aim at reducing the input costs that would improve certainty for long gestation and capital incentive projects. So manufacturing is the central pillar of our Indian economic growth, and its contribution to the GDP is around 16 to 17%. So it is much lower than what many of the other countries, for example, China has. However, sir, the duty-free imports for leather and footwear industry, the extension of export obligation period under the advance authorization scheme from 6 months to 1 year, the announcement of the scheme to support production of high-value, technologically advanced construction and infra components, and for the MSMEs, the removal of the rupees 10 lakh per consignment cap on courier exports would not only improve our access to foreign markets, but would also strengthen our local manufacturing sector as well. So in the health sector, the customs duty exemption on 17 additional drugs, so this is over and above the exemption that was given for the cancer drugs earlier in her earlier budget, and medicines as well as on key diagnostic components, it only indicates the commitment of the NDA government to the well-being of its citizens. So this reduction in customs duty would provide immediate relief to patients who are suffering with cancer and rare diseases, signaling a policy towards affordable health care. So this is alongside the Ayushman Bharat, the Jan Aushadhi Kendras, which are already in place in our country. So the PLI allocation for the auto sector has been increased, which is a very welcome measure. But I would also appeal to the Honorable FM to reconsider the 45% reduction in the PLI for the lithium-ion cells, because this is rather important. So the exclusive economic zones, or the EEZ, they span about 2.3 million kilometers in the Indian Ocean, and making fish caught in the EEZ duty-free will not only reduce operational costs, but would also recognize the fish catch as Indian catch, and if it lands on other shores, then it would be considered as exports. Many countries, sir, like US and China, they actually follow this route, and this would actually unlock the economic potential of our country's marine resources. So this would also, beyond boosting deep-sea fishing, facilitate harvesting high-value fish like tuna, marlin, sailfish, and the likes. Presently, sir, Indian fishing vessels, they are not well equipped for long-distance operations, and this would actually call for investments in vessels with onboard freezing facilities as well, opening up a sea of opportunity for our fisherfolk. Sir, the limit for duty-free imports on specified inputs used for processing seafoods has been increased from 1% to 3%, sir, over the previous year's export turnover, and this would actually ease the pressure on the marine sector by bringing down the cost of production at a time when one of our largest export earners is actually facing a crisis of the high US tariffs, which have now been, of course, reduced. Sir, the budget thrust on high-value farm produce and allied sectors. So this would also help in reducing our import cost dependency, modernize agricultural practices, and also improve farm incomes. So production of coconut oil has reduced drastically in the past 1 decade. So the production of coconuts in our country is around 600,000 tons, and coconut oil is around 450 tons. Sir. So oil production has now reduced to 4 lakh tons, and this, one of the reasons, if not the sole reason, one of the reasons is that our plantations are aging and we need to replace them. Therefore, the Honorable Finance Minister coming forward, shouldering the coconut farmers and assuring them that their trees would be replaced by new saplings, sir, is a welcome measure. Sir, export on coconuts have actually risen to 1.88 lakh tons in 2025 as against the 1.76 lakh tons in 2024, which is a 7% hike. Sir, none of us have actually forgotten the success story of Araku coffee. Sir, when it was initiated, there were many people who did not believe that it would succeed. But today, Araku coffee has become a global brand. So, riding on the success of Araku coffee, to emulate it in cashew nuts and coconuts, sir, this would actually reduce our dependency on imports. Sir, exports of coconut and cocoa and related products, sir, they have increased 26%, sir, touching 4.54 lakh tons in 2025, up from 36.86 lakh tons. So therefore, I think this is a very welcome measure. Sandalwood is an integral part of our culture. Therefore, the support that is being given to sandalwood farming as well as post-harvest processing would only help us in restoring the past glory of sandalwood. Alongside this, sir, the AI initiative called the Virtually Integrated System to Access Agricultural Resources of Vistar, sir, would educate the farmers in every detail of agriculture economics, sir. And this is very important for us because 80% of our farmers are small and marginal farmers who have land holdings which are less than 5 acres, sir. Therefore, this technical assistance would help farmers in innovative practices, thereby enhancing their incomes. Sir, India's 7.4 million MSMEs, they would stand to benefit from the 10,000 crore SME growth fund that has been allocated. This is over and above the 2,000 crore self-reliant India fund that has already been allocated, sir. And this provides access to risk capital for MSMEs. Sir, MSMEs largely supply to PSUs and other large houses, but payments are quite often delayed, which leads to financial crunch and thereby the ill health of the MSME. Therefore, TREDs are being made mandatory, where the invoice has to be settled via the platform with no excuses, sir, is a big help for the MSMEs. The chronic problem that MSMEs face, sir, which even our economic survey has emphasized, is that their lack of accessibility to capital. Therefore, these initiatives, sir, would surely enhance the proximity to capital for the MSMEs, who are one of the largest employment generators after agriculture. So, urbanization is happening at a great speed, and the focus on Tier 2 and Tier 3 and temple cities, sir, is a welcome measure, because it is here the infrastructure would definitely be upgraded and modernized, making life for migrants who actually come into these cities much better, safer, and they would not have to live in deplorable conditions as they are doing now. So today, recognizing cities and towns as growth hubs is the need need of the hour. Therefore, I would surely like to welcome this measure. Sir, having said that, a nation's progress, sir, is impossible without the empowerment of its women. Building on the success of Lakpati Didi, the most important initiative that has been, sir, just 5 minutes, sir, that has been introduced in the budget is the establishment of the self-help entrepreneur marts or the she marts, sir, which will provide women entrepreneurs direct market access and business opportunities. In addition, sir, credit-linked support for women-led fisheries and aquaculture enterprises encourages economic independence in coastal and rural regions. So these initiatives are designed to convert small-scale participation into scalable enterprise. Another landmark initiative, sir, in this budget is the establishment of one hostel for girls in every district, especially near the STEM institutions. So this step ensures that talented young women from rural and semi-urban areas would not have to discontinue education for lack of accommodation barriers. So these initiatives collectively strengthen financial inclusion, education access, and entrepreneurial growth for women, converting empowerment into leadership. Beyond economic and educational support, sir, the budget also gives a strong social message that women are partners in nation building and not mere beneficiaries of welfare. Therefore, it is no longer women's development, sir, but it is now, the new story is women-led development. Sir, having said that, I would only like to conclude by saying that the budget has been crafted and presented amidst unique circumstances in an increasingly turbulent world. In such circumstances, sir, this budget is a coherent framework that laid emphasis on financial prudence, infrastructure-led growth, and human development, preparing India for the Viksit Bharat of 2047 in a volatile and an unpredictable world. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. You didn't take 5 minutes further.